It's me, Scarlett, young adult author, YouTuber, and storyteller, and I am here with my February goals. But before we can get into what my goals are for February, we kind of need to talk about how January went. So I had 3 main goals for the month of January, and I achieved 2 of them. I feel like one of them I kind of like blew it out of the water, and then there's one kind of my big one that I didn't quite reach, but we'll get to that in a second. So my first goal was to include more author life content on my YouTube channel. So I included my January goals video, and I also did a vlog throughout the month of January about my writing process and some of the things that I've done and some of the things that I do on a regular basis. I did it for the entire month as opposed to like weekly or weekend like some people do, and I did that because I don't always write all the time, and with my day job and stuff, I don't really have as much going on during the week. So I felt like a month kind of made sense. But if you thought that maybe that was too much or whatever, I would love to hear your feedback. So if you do have any comments about the vlog, if you liked it, you didn't like it, you never want to see it again, please include them in the comments below, as I would love some feedback on that to see how things went. I thought it went okay, but I guess we'll see. And here I am with my February goals video, which is more of that author life content. So hopefully I am starting out well for this year. The second thing that I had tried to do in January is I wanted to know more about Instagram stories, because I didn't really understand Instagram stories. So for the entire month of January, I've pretty much posted on my story every single day, which is basically 31 days more than I've ever done in my entire life. So that was really, really good. And I wanted to learn more about stories and how to use them. So I went to the internet and I followed a few different people. I read some articles and stuff like that, but there were 2 in particular that I spent a lot of time watching their videos and their content, teaching about stories, and that was Katie Steckley, and I'm going to include her channel in the description box below, and KM Robinson, and I'm going to put her in the description box below. Katie Steckley is really good with a lot of the Instagram stuff, and I found hers really interesting and engaging, and she gives you a lot of like why you should do these things, which I found great. KM Robinson is kind of all over the board when it has to do with social media. She is super positive and upbeat, and she's really great to watch. So she also does these really cool Q&A sessions, so if you do have any specific questions that you want to ask her, she does live Q&As, I think, on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and Clubhouse, I think. So she's kind of all over the place if you have questions for that. And I've also included her channel on YouTube in the description box below. So I learned a lot from them, which was really great. Plus, one of the things that I found was I actually had a brand audit done. So if you don't know much about a brand audit, it's basically where they assess your social media and what you're doing for your author brand. It was done through Angela Ann, which was really great, and I'm actually going to do a video about the experience with my brand audit coming up. So if you are interested in a brand audit, I will be having a video with lots of details on how that went and the things you're going to learn from that. So hopefully that will be helpful for some people, and I honestly think like learning more about Instagram stories, I posted on my stories, I learned more about my stories, and the brand audit definitely talked to the stories as well, so that was fantastic. But my third goal did not quite work out how I anticipated. I had really hoped to finish the manuscript that I was working on. I had been editing a few chapters, and then I was planning to be done and do my last read through. So unfortunately that did not happen. I did realize that about halfway through the month, and if you did watch my vlog, you kind of see a little bit of the evolution of that, just because I changed a lot of things about the characters and some of the scenes, and I ended up rewriting chapters I was not planning to rewrite when I made that plan at the beginning of January. So I'm not quite done that book yet, but I have come a really long way. I'm so much happier with it, and I'm thinking it was the right decision to make. So even though I didn't achieve that goal, I still feel like I've made progress toward it. So starting out from my February goals, obviously, is going to be finishing that book. I'm very close to being finished, so I do want to finish those chapters. I'm going to do the read through, and now that we have a full month to work with, I'm going to get that stuff through the editor and through the proofreader and be finished with that. So my goal is essentially to have this book up on pre-order before the end of February. In terms of the writing goals as well, I do want to try to catch up on what I planned on working on in February, because I had hoped to be done this book already. I want to be starting my next manuscript, which is the next book in the Faraway High series. So my goal is to finish the research on that, because it is based in fairy tales. I like to really research the roots of the fairy tales and get with the themes and all that kind of stuff. So I make sure that I do it properly. and then I do want to start outlining. So I'm going to keep it very simple, and that I'm going to leave my second goal. So my first goal is to get this manuscript up on pre-order. My second goal is to finish my research on my Faraway High project and to start outlining. I'm not going to put a parameter on that, just that I've gotten started with outlining. And then the next goal essentially is going to try to keep up with my social media. I want to implement some of the things that I learned during the brand audit, which I've already started to do. So I'm going to try to follow the tenets of this brand audit that I've decided to do for the entire month of February. I'm going to talk about those a little bit more in the brand audit, and you'll be able to see some of them on the things that I have going on. One of the things I was focusing on was Instagram. So if you aren't following my Instagram, I'm at Scarlett Kol. You can always check that out and see the things that I've changed, and like go through my feed and see what I've updated and what I've done new and different. February is going to be a short month for a few different reasons. Not only is it the shortest month of the year, but I also have a event coming up that first weekend. It's called the Fall in Love with a New Author event, and it's actually a virtual online signing. So I'm going to be really busy with that. So my next goal is actually to finish, package, and ship all of my orders. So I already have orders coming in for this, where I need to sign books, package them up, and get them out to readers who have ordered them already. So I do need to get that done. So that's going to be another one of my goals, and that's going to take up a lot of that first weekend. Anytime I'm not busy with that on the first weekend, I'm going to be working on a writing retreat with some of my writer girlfriends. We do this as a virtual retreat, and we've been doing it every few months. Basically, since we've been into the pandemic, I did a video about virtual retreats like way back in the day, because we planned on doing it before we knew we were going to be locked down, and it actually worked out really well. So we are going to do that again. Everybody needs to get into their projects after the holidays. So I'm hoping I'm going to rally a little bit in that first weekend, and it actually comes with a really good timing, because I'm hoping to maybe get through the last bit of this manuscript either during that weekend, or at least get enough momentum that I'm going to finish it in that next week. So that gives me a lot of time for the other goals on my list. So hopefully that's going to work out really well. Plus, the other thing that's going to be taking a time away from me in February is the fact that we do have tax time coming up here in Canada. I know they're not due till April, but I am an accountant, and I do need to figure some stuff out, to figure out some investment things that need to be settled by the end of February. So I have to get back into my personal life, and I know that's going to take me at least a solid weekend, if not longer, to do that. So I'm going to be losing that weekend for sure at a minimum. So basically, reviewing my February goals is I'm going to finish this manuscript, and this manuscript is going to be up for pre-order. I'm going to finish my research on my next project and start my outlining process. Have all of my orders for the Fall in Love event packaged, signed, and shipped. And my last goal is to do the posting schedule and program that I have determined from the brand audit that I want to do. So, like I said, I'll give more details on the brand audit in my brand audit video, and hopefully at the end of the month, I'll be able to show you some of the things that I've accomplished. So, what are your goals for February? I know it's a short month, but you know, it's starting to get a little bit nicer outside. It's I Love to Read month. It's I Love Libraries month. So it is a great month for books and for authors. So let me know in the comments below what your goals are, and hopefully we can achieve them all together. I hope you guys had a lovely week. I will be back on Thursday with yet another video, and I am looking forward to it. I have some really great videos coming up that I'm excited about, some really good ideas that I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about this brand audit thing. We're going to be talking about some self-publishing stuff coming up over the next couple of weeks. So hopefully you're going to stick with me, and if you do not want to miss another video, make sure that you're hitting that subscription bar and the notification bell below this one, and it will let you know every time I put up a new video. Also, if you did like this video, make sure you're hitting a thumbs up so that YouTube knows this is content worth watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.